guys, today's topic is going to be on how to be a better trans ally. So the first thing is don't out people. I feel like that's a very common sense thing, but like that's their choice.
I'm supposed to be the one that decides when and where and who knows. That's supposed to be my thing.
Even if they share their journey like online, like cis people like me, I share my journey online, like cis people wouldn't be looking for my videos and they wouldn't find my videos unless they're looking specifically for trans things. Like just because someone shares about their journey doesn't mean you have the right to share about their journey also, like to like strangers specifically, or like to like your friends that aren't their friends. Like that's not cool. You're increasing the chance of violence in unsafe situations for this trans person that you know, whether it's a coworker, family member, friend, partner, whomever. Second thing is to respect your transgender or gender non-conforming friends' identity and pronouns, and by doing that you can use their proper name, whichever name they are going by or choose to go by, and their pronouns. And just FYI, not everybody is female to male trans or male to female trans. Not everybody is a trans male or a trans female. Some people are gender non-conforming, non-binary, agender, gender fluid, gender queer, some other gender identities that I am not super knowledgeable about. But not everybody uses female pronouns identifying with she, her, hers. Not everybody uses male pronouns identifying with he, him, his. Some people and a lot of gender non-conforming people use they, them, theirs pronouns. And do not lecture me on the whole that is a plural thing. Like hypothetically, like if you don't know someone's pronouns, like even like if they're like, even if you are unsure about their gender or not, or just be like that person, they, like it's, I feel like it's just like a thing that happens, and like, but then like people get super touchy when it's like in relation to like transgender people, and they like change and they're like, oh, you can't use that. Like, bitch, people have been using it forever. Reintroduce them. You don't have to out them. You can just be like, hey, this is my friend so-and-so, they, he, she, whatever their pronouns are, and then be like, I met them through this, or this is how I know them, or this is how many years I knew them for, kind of thing. Or for like relatives and family members, you can be like, hey, this is my son, they, or he, or whatever their pronouns are, kind of thing. Also, just not using the right pronouns. Like, I know that it can be hard, and I have slipped up on my trans friends' pronouns before, but like, not using their pronouns in a public setting can be very unsafe for people, especially if this trans person that you know is cis passing and you misgender them. That can be like, one, a very hurtful and harmful thing for that trans person, but it's also just like, I have talked to a lot of trans people and they feel like when they are misgendered and when they their name is not the name that they go by, then when they are called that name they feel very invalidated, and you don't want to do anything to harm this trans person that you know, unless you're an asshole. 3, here are things not to say, or phrases not to say, or things that are not compliments. The first part A, is that don't make remarks about their real name, about their birth name, their dead name. A lot of times their dead name is associated with a lot of like bad thoughts and bad feelings and bad times. And plus it's not relevant to you as a stranger or whomever. Like if you did not know them pre-T, it's not relevant to you, it's inappropriate, it's not your business. Part B, these things are not compliments. I didn't even know you were trans. What? You're attractive for a trans person.
Wow, thank you. Be right back.
Because that implies that trans people are not attractive. And like, bitch, have you seen me? I'm cute as fuck. More in relation to trans men and trans women, you make a better girl or boy than me. Those things are not compliments. And also, if you tell someone, like a trans person, that they're passing, or that they look like they're cis passing, that doesn't necessarily mean that their dysphoria like suddenly diminishes. Part C, don't ask about genitalia and surgery unless you're like super close with them. I've had some friends ask me, and like I'm kind of a more open person, so it doesn't bug me as much. But there's some people that ask me and it's just like, I don't really talk to you. Why are you asking me? This isn't any of your business. Like, you are only like following me, or you're only friends with me because like I am like a spectacle for you. I am the only trans person that you know of or that you once went to school with. Like, I am not your fucking spectacle. You can use Google, you can watch other YouTube videos. Like, I am not going to be that like token trans person, you know, or that you once knew. It's inappropriate. It's not any of your business. And more specifically in relation to AFAB trans folks, there's not one type of top surgery. There's not one type of bottom surgeries. Asking about genitalia, unless like they're like a sex partner of yours, like you're not gonna ask that to a cis person. I have never heard another cis person be like, yo, so what's in your pants? Like, do you have like a 2-inch dick or like a 5-inch dick? Like, a lot of trans people are uncomfortable about talking about their genitalia, so do not make remarks about like say you're a cis guy and you're dating a trans woman who has not had surgery for their genitalia. Don't be like, so are you bigger or am I bigger? That's just no, because a lot of trans people have dysphoria dealing with their genitalia. A lot of people have like social dysphoria and like body dysphoria. Part D, other things you shouldn't say. I can tell you're trans. No, you can't always tell when people are trans, because some people are cis-passing and some people are not so cis-passing, and everybody transitions differently and everybody has transition goals differently. And there's gender expression and there's gender identity, and gender expression is like how you dress, and gender identity is how you identify it, and sometimes the two don't match up, which is why like tomboy girls exist. Another thing is like, if you're a cis person trying to like down talk a trans person, like what is your point? And it's not going to go anywhere and you're not going to win. You're trying to bug this trans person, be like, oh, trans people don't exist and you can't like identify with how you identify. Okay, good, you tell one person. Like, it's not going to change anything because trans people have existed for a while. There's still a million like trans people around the world, like, and the main reason why a lot of people are coming out as trans now is because we have safer spaces, we have more resources, we have more people to help young trans people. And you know, just like listen to trans people's voices. Like, if you're going to ask a question about their trans identity, don't be like, oh no this, and oh no that. Like, you're not a trans person, you don't understand, you don't know our struggles, and you can't win that argument because it's not relevant to you. It's like if a white person tells a black person what they're going through, and it's like you can't relate because you're not black. For stand up for trans people, even if they're not in the same vicinity as you, it kind of shows that like if someone around you says something transphobic or ignorant, it shows that you tolerate that behavior. It shows that you're a bystander. It shows that you don't respect like the trans person that you know in your life because you're tolerating it somewhere else. And like, it kind of shows that like you're fake if you don't stand up for trans people when trans people are not there. You're letting people talk shit about trans people, and by standing up for them, you can educate them or be like, hey, that's not cool, or hey, this is really ignorant, or hey, this, or hey, that. Just don't tolerate that disrespect. I think I got out everything that I needed to say for this video. I will include some links below of how you can help trans people otherwise, like some organizations. Yeah, I will include some links below, some helpful resources. Social media links will be down below also. And thank you. Have a good day. Happy Trans Day of Visibility, March 31st.